The truth about the cost of living in Cypress, Texas in 2026. Everyone moving to Texas thinks savings are automatic. No state income tax, lower home prices, more space. It sounds like a no-brainer, but here's what nobody tells you before you sign on that house in Cypress. There are hidden costs quietly built into everyday life here that can erase everything you thought you were saving. And most people do not find out until after they've already moved. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the real numbers. The ones a 67 TikTok reel will never show you, of course. Hi, and welcome back. I'm Natasha Carroll, your Houston area real estate expert, covering Cypress, Texas, Memorial, Bel Air, Spring, Richmond, Fulshire. This channel is just an honest guide to relocating and buying in the greater Houston area. If you want real numbers over hype, hit the subscribe button. Now, let us get into what Cypress actually cost in 2026. The first thing we're going to cover, the no income tax trap. Let's start with the biggest misconception about Texas living, and honestly, about Cypress specifically. Yes, Texas has zero state income tax. According to the Tax Foundation, that alone saves the average household thousands of dollars annually compared to states like California or New York. That part is real. No question, no second guessing. But here is what most people don't understand until they get their first property tax bill. According to Tax Foundation's most recent state rankings, Texas has one of the highest effective property tax rates in the country, hovering around 1.6 to 1.8% of assessed home value annually. On a $450,000 home in Cypress, that's roughly $7,020 to $8,100 per year before you even factor in your municipal utility district rate. Many Cypress communities sit inside a MUD district that add another 0.3 to 0.0% on top, pushing the total burden higher. The good news, of course, Texas offers a homestead exemption that reduces your taxable value by $100,000 on your primary residence. Real relief, but you have to apply for it after closing. Come for the no income tax advantage? Just go in with your eyes open about what replaces it. Now that we've established the tax reality, let's talk about what you're actually paying to put a roof over your head here in Cypress. What $400,000 actually buys you? According to Redfin's most recent data for Cypress, Texas market, the median home sales price sits around $370,000 to $400,000 as of early 2026. That is down significantly from the 2022 peak, which means buyers right now have more negotiating power than they have had in years. For that price range in Cypress, you're typically getting a 3 to 4 bedroom, 2,000 to 2,600 square feet in a master plan community with a pool, trails, top-rated Cypress Fairbanks ISD schools. Compare that to what $400,000 get you in Austin, Denver, or the Bay Area. And Cypress, honestly, looks remarkable. Renters, you're not left out here. According to Zillow's research, the average rent for a 3-bedroom home in Cypress area, it runs between $1,800 to $2,300 per month in 2026, depending, of course, on the neighborhood and as well as the finishes of the home. The real cost of living advantage in Cypress is the square footage to dollar ratio. You simply get more space for your money than in most of the major metros. So we've talked about the tax reality and what the housing market actually looks like right now. And already you see this is more of a layered picture than the Texas is cheap comment that everybody talks about. It is an affordable in the right ways if you know what you're looking for. And if you're feeling there is a lot to absorb, I've got something that will help you out. I have a free relocation guide that breaks down the best neighborhoods in Cypress, the school ratings, and community amenities. It is the same resource I share with many of our private relocation clients. And you can grab it for free using the description in the box below, of course. Now let's talk about the costs that do not show up in any of the mortgage calculators, but will absolutely show up in your bank account every single month you make that payment. Next, the utility bill nobody warned you about. It's truly real. So let's talk about it. This one surprises almost every single person who moves here from out of state. Texas summers, they're not a joke. We're talking 95 to 105 degrees from June through September. And your air conditioner will run almost nonstop. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, the average Texas household pays significantly more in electricity costs than the national average, largely due to the cooling demands. In Cypress specifically, summer electric bills for a 2,500 square foot home, they can run you anywhere from $250 to possibly $400 per month during peak summer months. Texas also operates its own independent power grid managed by ERCOT, which means energy prices, they can be volatile. And if you're on a variable rate plan, a heat wave can genuinely spike your bill overnight. My strong advice is lock into a fixed rate electricity plan. Shop providers on powertochoose.org, which is a Texas official comparison site before you move into your home. The flip side, winters here are relatively mild. Your heating costs from November through February are often minimal, which helps offset the summer spike. But budget for those summer months like they are a mortgage payment, because sometimes they can be. Next, groceries, gas, and the good life is what we're going to talk about. Now, let's normalize everyday stuff because Cypress is actually quite reasonable here. According to the Missouri Economic Research and Information Center's Cost of Living Index, Texas consistently ranks below the national average for groceries costs. Your weekly run at H-E-B, and trust me, you will fall in love with H-E-B, will feel noticeably cheaper than you paid in most of the northeastern or west coast cities. Gas prices in Houston metro area tend to be below the national average, and according to AAA's regional fuel data, the Houston area regularly sits 10 to 20% per gallon below the national average, thanks to our proximity to the Gulf Coast refineries. Now, during dining, entertainment, everyday services are all competitively priced, I would say. Cypress has grown into a full-service suburb. You're not driving 45 minutes for a decent meal anymore. Everything you pretty much want, it's right here. Next, we're going to talk about the number that ties it all together, I would say. So let's come back to the original question. Is Cypress, Texas actually cheaper to live in? That's what most people want to really know. The honest answer is yes. For the right buyer with the right expectations is how I would word it. According to the Council for Community and Economic Research, the overall cost of living in the Houston metro area sits approximately 3% to 5% below the national average. Cypress, as one of Houston's most developed and desirable suburbs, it mirrors that positioning. Here is what a realistic monthly budget looks like for a family of four who purchased a home for $420,000 in Cypress in 2026. The mortgage payment at a current rate near 6.7% per Freddie Mac's weekly survey is approximately $2,200 to $2,400. Property taxes and insurance escrow, another $800 to $900 per month. Utilities, including summer electricity, roughly $350 to $450. Groceries around $900 to $1,100. Transportation, assuming two cars, could be $600 to $800. That gives you a realistic all-in-one monthly spend of around $5,600 to $6,500 for a family of four household. Highly competitive against comparable suburbs communities near metro areas, I would say nationwide. The income tax savings are real. The housing value is real, but so are the property taxes and the electric bills. The people who thrive here are the ones who plan for it, not just the Instagram version of Texas living. Keep that in mind. You need to get the details is what I would say. Cypress, Texas in 2026, it offers a genuinely compelling cost of living. But the full picture is more nuanced than the headline suggests. The no income tax benefit is real, but the above average property taxes require careful budgeting, especially in the mud districts. Housing delivers exceptional value in space and community quality for the price. Everyday costs like groceries and gas tend to be below the national average. While summer utility bills are a serious line item you need to plan for, when you factor it all together, Cypress competes exceptionally well. And for the buyer who understands the full landscape, it remains one of the strongest places to plant roots in the country, I would say, right now. And no, I'm not being biased. There's so many suburbs in Houston to consider. But if you're planning to move to Cypress and you want someone in your corner who actually lives and works in this market every single day, I would love to connect with you. My contact information is below in the description box. Reach out to me by text, of course, email, you can call me, or through the link that's attached. And we will talk through exactly what your budget looks like and which communities are the best fit for you and your family. Every family's situation is different. And grab, of course, our free relocation guide while you're down there. It has the neighborhood breakdown and the school data you need to make a smart decision as you move. Now, if you want to keep learning about this area, go check out my video on the best neighborhoods to live in Cypress, Texas. I think you're really going to find it very helpful. I'm Natasha Carroll. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you, of course, on the next video. Bye for now.